to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. All of the suspects involved in the murder of PNB Rock have been arrested and charged, which include a father, his teenage son, and the father's wife. After being on the run and considered armed and dangerous, Freddie Lee Troney was arrested and charged on Tuesday with 1 count of murder and conspiracy to commit robbery and 2 counts of second-degree robbery. 17-year-old son, who has not been identified, faces the same charges as his 40-year-old father. Chantel Troney, Freddie Lee's wife, and the 17-year-old's stepmother faces 1 count of accessory after the fact. Chantel and her teenage stepson were arrested and taken into custody on Tuesday. Police discovered that Freddie Lee was the getaway driver and his teenage son was the one who fatally shot PNB Rock, but it's still not known what the stepmother's role is in the crime. Prior to the robbery on September 12th, Rock's girlfriend posted a photo on her Instagram story showing that they were eating at Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles in South Los Angeles. Rock also posted a video of himself on social media showing off his jewelry. LAPD Chief Michael Moore stated that investigators discovered that the suspects saw where the couple was located and tracked them down. Although the authorities have not blamed Rock's girlfriend, users on social media have pointed responsibility to her for posting their location on Instagram, and some have also come to her defense, including Cardi B. Police also found that Troney's family may have been tipped about the rapper's location. While Rock was eating lunch, the shooter fatally shot the Philadelphia rapper multiple times and took some of his jewelry before leaving the restaurant in the getaway car. Now, I just want to note that the police stated that the family was able to know where they were because the location was posted. So I'm done stating what I stated before. I'm just going to put it like this. I just need people to stop putting their locations online. That's it. That's it. Stop, start moving different. Stop doing that. Stop putting your location, start putting your whereabouts, stop putting all that stuff online. If you want to do something, do it 2 days after or something like that. So then if people show up, you ain't there. You ain't been there in hours. Like I said, this is 100%. I'm mad for a multitude of reasons. I'm mad because of how it is that they got the information. Then I'm also mad the fact that you got an all-black family here that decided to do this. You got a father that's there that decided to more than likely plan this scheme. The son was the gunman, and the mother is the main one that was holding all of the secrets and whatnot. And this is the main let me tell y'all something real quick. This is one of the main reasons that we also got a lot of crime when it comes to the black community, stuff like this. Because you will have women that are conspiring and also hiding a lot of the criminals that are amongst us in the black community, which also helps to perpetuate and to keep that same crime and that same type of negative behavior current when it shouldn't be. All the times people always wonder, like, yo, how come this dude in the community, how come he ain't never get caught? I know somebody know him. It's because you got a lot of women that's hiding these dudes. Pay attention. Pay attention to what I'm saying, because some people are gonna be like, yo, man, well, how you gonna say it's just the women? You got men sitting up there hiding them too. This is what I'm trying to tell you. If you have, minus this situation here, if you have a lot of young men who are raised in single parent homes, who are the ones that are enabling, hiding, conspiring, and that know what it is that these young men are doing at night or during the day. It ain't the father, right? Because as everybody says, the father is never there. Black fathers don't exist. So who is the only one there that knows the things that are going on or has an inkling? Like the spider sense has been going on for a long time, but they didn't want to confront the truth because they are afraid to know the truth. They would rather it have, in a sense, be like a what if or whatever it is, versus actually confronting the truth and doing the right thing. That's all I'm saying. So whenever I happen to see videos where people talking about, oh, but look at what this black man did, look at what this black man did, and I'm like, all right, no problem. The reason why this is able to happen is because you have people that are enabling him and that are not stopping him and that are also hiding him, even though his face is directly out there. I've covered a story like this before, right? Still on the same point, still having the same effect, right? There was a young girl in New York. She was a teenager. She ended up getting jumped. I think it was about by like 12 or 15 teen boys. They sat up there and took her shoes. They took her cell phone and whatever else that she basically had and left her there. But you had women that were there in the community that saw this happen. You have women in that community that more than likely know the young boys who did it, more than likely know the parents and everything like that. And yet again, what happened? I can keep going through a variety of different stories that I have covered, and I'm still going to ask the exact same question because, like I stated before, you're not going to be able to blame one side who don't even exist. You have to look at, and the person that is there has to take accountability and responsibility for what it is that is taking place. So, case in point, giving an example, dealing with this whole situation here with PNB Rock, the whole reason why this crime was enabled and why it was, able to take place and happen was because the head of the household is a criminal. This is what that black woman chose. This is the life that she chose for her, not only herself, but also her family, meaning her child. So this is why they all locked up. They should all have life in prison. Every single person should have life in prison, and they should never see the light of day ever again, because PNB Rock is not going to see the light of day. If PNB Rock has any kids, they're not going to be able to see their father. They're not going to be able to share, wonderful life experiences with him and celebrate birthdays, Christmas, New Year's. They're not going to be able to see the world and go on tour with him. His girlfriend, she's not going to be able to continue on what it is that they wanted to do. Maybe they planned on, maybe he was going to, pop the question on her, turn her from a girlfriend to a fiance into a wife, and they were going to have more kids and they were going to live happy ever after. She's never going to be able to have that because this family, who was already living a dream, they decided that they wanted to, get together and they wanted to rob a rapper because they found out the location. It was like, oh, this dude rich. This is going to be an easy lick real quick for the family. We want to come up. And this is the main thing that I sit up there and tell a lot of black people. A lot of times it be your own people. Originally, I thought it was some type of like gang, it might have been some gang related type stuff, all this other type of stuff, listening to all the quote unquote street dudes online trying to, say a lot of stuff about PNB Rock and all this other type of stuff, making it seem like it might have been gang related and all this other, and it wasn't. You got a black family that co-conspired together in order to rob this dude and take his life. And it wasn't even a father. Out of all people, it wasn't even a father that took his life. It was his son. So you mean the son is harder than the father? This is what we doing? That's what it is. And no, I'm not sitting up here saying that I'm condoning these actions, but I'm saying you would think that the head of the household, right? He would be the one to sit up there and do that. And, the son would be the one trying to get the jewelry and whatnot. But that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. Like I said, a lot of things in a lot of black families and communities, is broken beyond repair. And Dr. Umar Johnson was completely correct when he told people like, yo, I can't sit up there and psychoanalyze, a lot of your sons into, the corrective way in order to walk. They just gonna have to get put down. It just is what it is. Like I said, I used to laugh at that clip, but the more and more I start seeing stuff like this, I'm like, he's 100% right. Because all that's going to happen is that young boys like this, men like this, are going to continuously tear up and wreak havoc on the black community. And they're going to end up taking out other men that look just like them. that are trying to create a better situation, that's trying to create a better life for their family, for their friends, and the people around them. And you wanted to ruin and take all of that because of your selfishness, your jealousy, and your envy, and your hatred for your very own people. So now you know what the consolation prize for that, right? Everybody loses. You go to jail, you go to jail, everybody going to jail. You get life, everybody's getting life. And I swear to God, they better not sit up there and try to give the mother the least, the lightest sentence out of the father and the son. She is the same as the father and the son, because the only thing that is going to happen is that after she leaves this situation, and if she is given a lesser sentence or she doesn't receive any type of time, she's going to decide to pick up her life, go find another guy who is just like her son and her husband, and she's going to repeat the exact same things over and over again, perpetuating the exact same crimes and the exact same killings that just sat up there and took place to this black family. And that's something that we just do not need in the black community.